Hi SLPs, I'm Rebecca Reinking and I want to know if you've ever experienced this phenomenon, I guess, where you have a set of articulation cards, let's say it's for the S sound, and there's always a set of words that the child says really, really clearly and correctly, and then there's a bunch of cards and you know in your head that these are the ones that are really, really hard for your child, but you don't know why. Like, why are these words always clear and these words are always distorted? Here's the thing. It could be because the words you have chosen, the ones that the child is saying correct and clearly, facilitate that S sound. And I want to chat with you about facilitative contexts and the power of them using and identifying facilitative contexts for a sound like S so that you can start your therapy off with success. So a little bit of a background about facilitative contexts. So Blyle describes them as like best bet environments that the child is going to say sound correctly. And it's because what we're doing is we're considering the phonetic features and the placement and the manner of articulation of a sound like S. And then we're going to carefully choose words that we think will help to create this, perfect little environment so that when we pick a key word, we have more certainty that this is the word or these words are probably going to elicit a clearer S sound. So for example, with S, the tongue's up high, it's a front vowel, our lips are slightly retracted a little bit. So as an SLP, you can make some hypotheses, I guess, that maybe a high front vowel before or after S could facilitate a correct S sound because your tongue is already, in that prime spot. Same with alveolar sounds. So, we kind of test these theories, and this is what this facilitative context screener is that I'm going to show you. We list all different types of facilitative contexts, possible facilitative contexts, mind you, for the S sound, and it's up to you, the SLP, to use this screener in your assessment session or in your first therapy session and see if there are a set of words that just really help to encourage and facilitate that clear sound. Okay, let's look at this screener. What you need to know is that there is a record form for the SLPs. This is it here. It's black and white, and it goes over 2 pages. And we have the facilitative context listed on the side, and then we have 4 words here. And these are the words that the child is going to say. So for each facilitative context, we're just going to sample 4 words, and it will just give us an indication on whether it might help to facilitate that clear S sound. Now the child is going to be looking at this page here. It is a lovely, or 2 pages, clear pages. And again, as the SLP, you are using this form. And you can use the check boxes here or color code if the sound was accurate or if it did not facilitate. And I really encourage, I've got a space here, provide all the cues, provide everything you need to do, because this is where you might start off in therapy. You might find that there is one set of words or facilitative context that the child just nails, and they are so clear and their tongue is in the correct position and they experience this success. That's where you want to start in therapy, because you can get high practice trials in. The child knows what to do with their tongue, with their articulators, and you can always expand your word list and the different contexts that you use. But to start therapy with great success, it's such a joy for you and your child. What I'll do is I'll quickly show you how I like to fill it out. I like to color code. So you can see here that anything that's in pink, it did not elicit a clear or correct S for this student. So it's really easy for me to have a look at this and to identify possible, places for us to start in therapy. And that's what we did. I picked 2 of the best facilitative contexts where I thought that was the clearest S. I love that. And in our first therapy session, the child achieved 96% accuracy at word level with over 100 correct practices. And that's a stark contrast to how I used to do therapy, where it was trying to elicit the S sound and a lot of back and forth and the child not experiencing success. When you utilize facilitative context and you probe and you figure out what works for that child, you can start therapy straight away, achieving clear sounds and high practice trials and such renewed confidence in a child. So look out for those facilitative contexts resources from us. Our screeners are going to be in all of our packets. And I really hope that you can use this and just change how you do therapy and start off therapy with a lot of success and confidence.